Hey guys, this is Mike Wallner, also known as Vegan Grandpa here on YouTube, and tonight we're just going to do a quick video on how to make a really quick stir fry on nights when you don't feel like doing too much cooking. It's really easy, really nutritious, and we'll get right into it. First thing you want to do is get your rice going. You got 1 part rice to 2 parts water. Bring it to a boil, let it simmer for about 45 minutes, and while that 45 minutes is going, you can start getting all your other vegetables ready for the stir fry. We're just going to do a quick stir fry with some snow peas, pineapple for those that want pineapple. This is a purple broccoli, which is kind of cool. It's got the real bright purple heads there. This is just some carrots with some diced up rutabaga and celery root also. So that'll give it a nice flavor. These are really red carrots. They're not really the regular orange that I'm used to getting. It's just some diced up onions, some mushrooms, and then this is some minced up garlic, and there's some ginger in there as well, grated ginger. The garlic, when you mince it up, you want to let it sit for 10 minutes before you use it. It allows the compounds to kind of mix together and create a third compound called allicin, which actually has a lot of medicinal benefits as far as fighting infection, inflammation, and some cancer fighting agents as well. So let that sit for about 10 minutes before you cook it or use it. We're also going to use some miso. I'm going to mix up some miso with the apple cider vinegar. That'll kind of act as like the sauce or the base. And then over here I've got some, under my cast iron frying pan, I've got some tofu that I'm pressing, getting all the moisture out of it, pressing all the moisture out of it. And what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to let that sit for about a half an hour, and it will become like a sponge. It's been squeezed out, and then I will actually put some of the liquid aminos with it, and it will kind of absorb those liquid aminos the way a sponge would, and then that'll add more flavor to the tofu, because the tofu by itself, it doesn't taste all that great, but it doesn't taste horrible, but it'll taste better with the liquid aminos. So we'll do that also. We'll get that all going in a frying pan here pretty soon. All right, so we're gonna take this tofu out now. Put it in the bowl there. So as you can see, it's kind of squished and much drier than it was. So this is gonna start acting like a sponge. We're just gonna pour some liquid aminos in there. This happens to be like a gluten-free version of soy sauce is the reason we buy it. Since my wife and my daughter have celiac, everything has to be gluten-free. So we're just gonna let that sit and soak for a while and absorb that up. Okay, to start with, I just got a little bit of water in this pan. I prefer to cook with water than oil, simply because oil is a processed food. It gets squeezed out of whatever vegetable product you're using, and it's actually processed. It's not a great source of nutrition. It's just simply there to make cooking easier, but you can cook just as easily with water. So we get the water going. First thing that's going to go in is the onion and garlic. Onion and garlic with the ginger. And we're just going to cook that for about a minute on pretty high heat. And if you get to a point where this water starts evaporating, just simply add a little more water to prevent it from sticking. So we want to cook this just until the onions get translucent. Alright, so it's been cooking for about a minute. I'm going to add the carrots and the other root vegetables. Since they're hard, they need a little bit of extra time to cook. Soften up. So there you go. Over time, you can develop your cooking skills. Feel up for making little flips like that. Go for it. If not, just use a little wooden spoon or some sort of spatula. All right, and I can tell it's starting to stick on the bottom just a little bit, so I'm just going to add a little more water in there real quick. I'm going to let this cook for about 4 or 5 minutes so that the carrots and the celery root and the rutabaga can get a head start on the other vegetables that don't take as much time to cook, like the broccoli and the snow peas and the mushrooms. Okay, so we got the broccoli and the mushrooms in there. Now, after about 4 or 5 minutes of letting the carrots cook, we added in that, and we're just going to cook that quickly. Everything stays on high heat. Add water when it starts to get sticky. And we're just going to let this cook quickly. All right, about 1 minute on that, and then we're going to add in the snow peas. Mix those in, and those will turn bright green. When those turn bright green, we can pretty much take this off and get it ready to eat. We'll have to add the sauce also. We'll make that sauce real quick while this is cooking. Okay, so for our sauce, we're going to do miso paste, about couple teaspoons to tablespoons. It's really hard to kind of mess it up, so. And this is what it kind of looks like on the outside. That's the brand. Miso Master Organic. It's delicious. It's really salty. And we're going to add in a little bit of the apple cider vinegar. Just gonna, about like that. Not too much. About like so. And we're going to whisk that together until that's all dissolved. That'll be the salty and sour part of our meal, and then when we add the pineapple, that'll be the sweet part. In goes that sauce. Stir that around so everything gets coated. And this is pretty much ready. Full of flavor, full of nutrition. All right, for that tofu, we're just gonna break it up into little pieces. You can slice it up if you want into cubes, or you can tear it, doesn't matter. So we're ready to assemble this now. So we've got our rice, bottom of the bowl there, like so. And then we've got our veggies. There we are, the beautiful stir-fried veggies. Look at all the color, super healthy. Super nutritious, super delicious. It's got the miso and vinegar sauce in it. Got some more. There you go. So we've got a good source of carbohydrates. There's the pineapples to go on the top. That'll be kind of the sweet part. We've got a good source of carbohydrates. We have a good source of protein here with the tofu. The liquid aminos. So It is missing a good fat source though, so I'm going to add some sliced avocado in on top of this. I'm going to show you that in just a second. Awesome. Doing this, make sure you don't slice your hand open. I've been doing it for a long time. I just kind of know how it feels. So if you haven't done it before, maybe put a towel between your hand and the avocado. Make sure you're not slicing through it. Right on top of the stir fry, like so. Makes it even prettier, more tasty, and it's got a good healthy fat source to go with it. Now you have a complete meal. And that's delicious. I can't wait to eat that. Little extra aminos on top. So that's my quick, easy dinner for tonight. It's a quick stir fry. Super easy. You do have to put a little bit of time and effort in the kitchen to chop up the vegetables and everything. But if you want to live a healthy lifestyle and eat healthy food, you do have to put a little bit of time in the kitchen to actually do some vegetable chopping and some cooking. But it wasn't too bad. I think altogether it took about a half hour to 45 minutes and we were done. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you next time.